Hello everyone, here yet again to delve into another episode of the Mgalusic review commentaries for the Mgalusic Deadpool fan film series. This time we're delving into the episode Mr. Deadpool Goes to Mutant Town. Mike Galusick has gone on record of saying this is his favorite episode of season 1 of his series, so I would agree in that it's underrated and it has a lot of good stuff in it, so that's pretty much it for an intro. We're gonna just delve right into it. So again, I'm gonna provide a link in the description. You can follow along if you'd like. Hopefully I'll be descriptive enough, and hopefully you'll know the series enough. If not, give the series a watch. So I'm gonna count you off, and again, just open like a second tab, I suppose. Saying that to watch along with me. Okay. Here we go. We are going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Play. Okay, the Strange Stuff Studios banner presents a Marvel film. Well, that's obvious. A fan film. Okay, that's not so obvious. The healing effect's always nice on the Marvel symbol. But okay, here we go. We start off with Deadpool. It's funny, Deadpool's dreaming, even when he dreams he's breaking the fourth wall, he's reading the YouTube comments for his video. Which in itself is funny, you know, Ryan Reynolds sounds like a stoner ninja. Deadpool sounds like a stoner ninja turtle, too hard on Ryan Reynolds. No! It's very funny. Good writing. There's our, Derek What is the Terrorist cameo in every episode, always a nice touch. Scar effect, the scar makeup on Deadpool is pretty nice. It gets better over time. Here it's pretty good. I like how in this episode it again sets us some classic things about Deadpool, and it feels very much like the Cable Deadpool run. You know, just Deadpool sitting in a chair in front of the panel layout would just be Deadpool in his chairs watching TV or just doing something in the frame while there's dialogue boxes or exposition going on. Anyway. So yeah, just setting up he loves the Golden Girls and he loves Bay Arthur. And here is one of my favorite characters from one of my favorite runs, Agent X. I love the Gail Simone run of Deadpool, and you know Agent X is just a pleasure to see him. It's a shame Sandy Brandenburg isn't in this series, but hey, you can't have everything. Of course, one of the aspects I love most about Deadpool getting mercenary jobs, you know, going on assignments. And that's what Agent X does in this episode. It was a nice touch that Mr. Galusick also plays Agent X, because in the Gail Simone run, a lot of people thought Agent X was Deadpool. So, yeah. And here's a great use of Pull-O-Vision. Pull-O-Vision was something is in the early Deadpool comics, and Daniel Way really brought it back. I like it because it's kind of everyone has a POV, and just it's fun to see what Deadpool's warped POV would be like. So I don't mind it. Some people it can get a little tiresome if you use it too much, which you know, fair enough. But I don't mind it. And this is a well choreographed fight scene, and Casey May in the Deadpool costume for these stunts. Again, well done stuff. Gets better over time, really does. You got some nice pole versus sword action. You know. In Indiana Jones, you know, shoot the guy instead of fighting him off. Good. And yeah, some good action lines, you know. Ow! That hurt! I wonder how much this'll hurt. You know, mine's bigger. Good stuff. And the Leech, this character here, saying, I am the ultimate nullifier. Which is, I think, hilarious. At first I thought that was his name, the ultimate nullifier, but, let's see. It's a good use of it's not a bad use of comics to comics for the establishing shot of the building, because obviously you can't have a building that says X Factor, you can't have a whole building. Later on they actually get close to that, but still it's not bad. It's kind of messing with the format. It's fun just showing, yeah, it's based off a comic and it's fun. And a lot of people don't give this episode enough credit in that it's very well written. It is just kind of a typical Deadpool comic. Yeah, he gets a job, and he's in the Marvel Universe, and it's nice that he has some pre-established characters and relationships. Here's some of my first introductions to Deadpool. This is my first introduction, not my first introduction, but I knew very little about the character of Siren. So I came into this, okay, so Siren's, okay, she's involved with this guy, and she used to be involved with Deadpool. Oh, that's interesting, and I find out in the Joe Kelly comics, oh, Deadpool kind of had a thing for her, but, it was it's like a really warped stalker guardian thing. But still, not, he guards her as he stalks her. It's like a good version of Twilight, I suppose. He wants her kind of there as a friend. It's fun. I like how Multiple Man knows, oh, this is a bad idea. He'd, wonder if he's just jealous of Deadpool because they had a past history together, or he's just saying, okay, this is a bad idea. Why hire a mercenary? We could do it. Again, not a bad plot idea of just getting Siren to find out if her baby has the mutant gene. Put the baby in protection or put in the Xavier school. It's a nice move. Unfortunately, they do call this into question in the show, but it's in the comics. The idea is kind of sad. The baby gets born. Multiple Man's baby gets born, and it's a clone of his. So I don't know. I haven't read it, so I don't know if it's like accidentally or on purpose it gets absorbed back into him. Siren, it's a traumatic experience. You go through birth and just then it's gone, and like that, it's a sad thing. Again, more Polo-Vision. This is it's actually like a kind of a blooper, like just in between shots they were singing, and it was filmed and put in there as Polo-Vision, which is funny. Again, I love the conceit of Polo-Vision when used right. Keep it sparing, but keep it funny when used. And again, it's just the little mercenary touches, like Deadpool's going through the money, and well, yeah, he's a mercenary. If you hire more money, he might just go against the job. Again, it's not always the most trustworthy field, being a mercenary, and some good gadget use. I enjoy some good gadgets, and the teleporter, which is my first introduction to Deadpool having a teleporter, and I liked it. Again, it's kind of. This does harken back to Joe Kelly's run of Deadpool trying to be heroic, even though he's an anti-hero. It's a nice touch of just showing Deadpool he has past ties with her. She's a friend. It's gonna be nice to her. He's gonna save her. It comes down to it. He's gonna try to still take the money though, which is a gag that I really do love. She says, "You can't have it. Why not? Why can't I have the money?" It's a very little kid thing to do, and you can tell those jackets were used in the earlier fights, or some previous fighting, because there's some dirt and mud marks on them. Get some good choreography, and a Multiple Man comes to save the day. Good for him. Good for Madrox. Again, some nice shots here of Multiple Man. The two. Using the same actor, using some nice some camera work and composite split screen to have him fight two guys at the same time, as two people at the same time. I like how he's just saying, "Well, he's not cool in our book." I know, he's just saying something nice. I'm just pointing out things I like, but it's that kind of episode. It's really good. It is underrated. It just feels like. I agree with Mr. Galusicks. It does feel like just a comic of Deadpool, and it's a good compliment right there. Just a Deadpool adventure, just a good one-off. However, it does connect into another plot, which we have the terrorist here, who originally wasn't intended to be there. Terrorist Derek White was on set. The other guy didn't show up. He was going to be like a member of a member of Traska's team, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyway, so the actor didn't show up, and the terrorist kind of gets some payback for earlier for getting shot. He gets the jump on Deadpool. Look, I am busy. I have other stuff to do, and I like also the little touch of. I love the Agency X, all of the Agency X stuff. So I like how he's calling Agent X trying to get a ride. Well, it looks like I need a ride. It's a realistic, mundane thing. Oh, and by the way, I don't know how obvious it is, but the actor who played Leech was also Boulevard Trask. Good actor, and you can barely tell just one's a little more comedic than the other one. And fun action scenes all around. Good stunt choreography. Good on Casey May's part. Good writing. Again, feels... There's always a risk of involving the X-Men too much in Deadpool's universe, because he did spin off from him, but I don't necessarily think you need to always connect Deadpool to the X-Men. But when it's done like this, it's done right. It kept sparingly, and the focus is on Deadpool, so it's good. Now here's kind of our Avengers after credits scene. Nice use of animated birds, by the way. A little bit of pull vision there. This is it is kind of like the Nick Fury thing from Iron Man, just Deathstroke's there, and one of the funniest episodes. One of actually the most famous and one of the best episodes this leads into. I keep getting your calls, which, by the way, I know we're at the end here, but I love that earlier on, that just the absurd idea that Deadpool gets all of Deathstroke's call, and it's like calling the wrong universe. It's just very, very entertaining, and Deadpool and Slade had met previously in the comics, a la Joe Kelly, and it was nice that they kind of incorporated that, and I think they did it even better in the comics. I wish they would interact more, but, you know, can't have crossovers anymore for some reason. It's a fear. Anyway, so more on Deathstroke and Deadpool later. I really did enjoy this episode overall. Good writing, again, one of Mr. Galusick's biggest strengths. He's a very good writer. A lot of good action, simple story, good one-off. It is underrated, and I think some people kind of look at the other stuff before this, but seriously, folks, if you're fans, go back to this one. It's really good. I like it better than Deadpool's Day Out, personally. Don't get me wrong, Deadpool's Day Out's good, but yeah, it has a lot to it, a lot of good establishes some ideas that are going to be used later on. Anyway, so my overall rating for this episode would be out of 5. I would give this a I was gonna say 4, but you know what? 4.5 out of 5. It's strong enough. It's a great one-off. It's a great one-off. It has some of my favorite stuff from Deadpool, Agency X, some Gale's Amount stuff, Agent X. Good stuff overall. I like this episode, and see you next time as we delve into the episode in which Deadpool and Deathstroke meet, or, in other words, when Wade met Slade. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.